While his rival Enzo Ferrari chose to demonstrate speed and reliability through racing, Ferruccio Lamborghini decided early on that racing was too expensive and that Lamborghini would not be taking part in any factory-supported efforts. Over the years though, as ownership changed hands, that ethos evolved and Lamborghini began to dip their toe into the world of motorsports. Starting with a brief run as an engine supplier to Formula One teams in the late 80s and early 90s, Lamborghini's main efforts in motorsports have centered around developing sports car programming that mirrors current models available for sale. From the mid-90s run of the Lamborghini Diablo Super Trophy to the infamous 2000s Murcielago RGT, or the current Super Trofeo series and Huracan GT3 program, Lamborghini has slowly been developing their motorsports profile as the brand continues to gain popularity and increase sales. It's this brief yet interesting foray into motorsport that now delivers Lamborghini's most technical and driver-focused car to date. On this edition of the Targa Trophy Ride Check, we take an in-depth look at the extremely hot 2018 Lamborghini Huracan Performante. All right, my friends, we are in it. This is the 2018 Lamborghini Huracan Performante. As you all know by this point, this is probably one of the hottest cars to come out this year, and rightfully so, as this is possibly the best car Lamborghini's ever made. This is the first Lamborghini with some true motorsport DNA in it for the public. This is the race car for the street, and every aspect of the car feels that much more fine-tuned from the standard Huracan. So when you start to take in what makes this Huracan Performante different from the standard version, starting with the exterior, you notice a much more aggressive design with a ton of functionality that brings this car into the 21st century of what's really expected out of these sort of ultra supercars. You've got the revised ground effects on this car, starting with the front splitter, side intakes, and completely redesigned and upgraded rear section with larger diffuser, more pronounced exhaust outlets for that 100% motorsport look. Once you have the exterior of this new Performante sussed out and you move into the interior, you're talking about an optimal driver's cockpit. Starting front and center with the driver console, you've got your full TFT display like you do in the normal Huracan that goes through the Strata, Sport, and Corsa modes. The Corsa mode is the optimal driver's mode in this car, from the transmission to the feel in your hands through the wheel. There's really only one mode to mess with in this car, and that's Corsa. And one of the key things that really sets this interior apart is the use of the forged carbon fiber that's exclusive to Lamborghini. This sort of almost wood chip looking style of carbon fiber. This is a completely unique look, and for sure is one of the key things that sets off the look and feel inside the car once you're behind the wheel. So let's get into what matters most about this new Huracan Performante, and that's the numbers. This car is the pinnacle of the Huracan brand at this point, and offers some key features that you're only going to find in this new Performante version. First and foremost, we're talking about the tried and true naturally aspirated V10, 5.2 liter, 630 horsepower, 443 pound-foot of torque. The NA power is delivered so smoothly and so predictably that you really are able to get confident with the power delivery in this car very fast. And part of what really makes this V10 in the Performante special is the fact that you've got heads and select internals from the engine that are taken directly off the current Super Trofeo race car. And I don't care what manufacturer you're talking about, anybody that uses parts right off the race car into the street car, that's a win-win scenario right off the bat, and always increases the performance factor for the ultimate in driver enjoyment. Transmission in this car is the standard 7-speed dual clutch transmission with shifts that are definitely a bit visibly quicker than your standard Huracan. Yet another factor that gives this car that real motorsport feel. Now, taking those aerodynamics a step further, something that this Huracan Performante debuts is the ALA system, which is the Aerodynamica Lamborghini Attiva system. This car channels air now through the front splitter, through the side intakes, and through the rear wing to give the driver functional downforce when needed to provide the optimum overall performance road-going feel in one of the most high-tech ways currently available to the buying public. After driving this car hard through the canyons, it's definitely a function that puts this car at the top levels of driving performance. The driving feel of this Performante is on another level from your standard Huracan. Power delivery on this car is immense. You're talking about a tested 2.5 second 0 to 60 time, quarter mile, just over 10 seconds, but a handling and driver's experience that is at the top level of what you can expect from an ultimate driver's car.
We'll sweat the technique.
Another element that's bespoke to this car is a special Pirelli P0 Corsa tire that was specifically developed for the Performante, combined with the carbon ceramic braking package, gives a really, really positive handling feel that sets off the driver's experience even more from the delivery of the V10 behind your head. So after putting some real seat time behind the wheel of this Huracan Performante, it's another step in the right direction from what you can expect from the best manufacturers in the world, as this is the hardcore version of the Huracan, and the reality is you can drive this car every day. It's extremely comfortable, power delivery is extremely smooth, sitting behind the wheel for hours at a time is really not an issue, and you've got a reliability that really kind of leaves you to the point where if you want to drive the car, drive the car. The technology put into these cars is on another level, and it ticks all the boxes from the usability standpoint. And for that, it's just another example of how the drivability factor of these cars is undeniable. Combine that with the fact that this is one of the best looking cars on the road today, and this is by far the best Lamborghini of the modern era. And because of those factors, you know this Lamborghini Huracan Performante is 100% Targa Trophy approved. What's up, everyone? We are back. Thanks for watching another edition of the Targa Trophy Ride Check. Be sure to subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell to stay up to date on all our latest videos when they come out. We've got a lot of new content coming at you in the coming weeks. And be sure to like and share all our videos to help keep the flow of content coming.